All right, so this is a model that I've been working on, and I know it looks pretty amazing. I did it with AI, so I have no coding skills whatsoever. My contribution to this is just my insight in relation to the structure that we see in here, which is again, something that is subjective and is theoretical. It's not uh, quantum mechanics or anything. I could not claim that. I'm searching for the harmonics relationships between tones, and the bottom circle here represents the tone, and the center here represents the fifth. And why is that? I'm dividing this sphere into two sections, uh, where the peak of the triangle here begins. It goes all the way to the third here. So the reason for that is to fit in the fifth, overlapping the two structures, which is invisible. The first triangle goes all the way down here, and the second triangle goes all the way up here. This program, for some reason, just mapped it. I'm gonna make it a little bit more clear. Four walls. It mapped it like this. It mapped it like two triangle pyramids inverted, but they're not overlapping, and they should really be extended to the corners of the sphere. Um, so the base would actually land about the third, so E here. So it would be C, D, E, F, G. So G would be obviously the fifth. A, B, C will end up here on the octave, and the next one is the D, which would follow up upwards into the next structure. So that would be the tone. All right. And there are some whatever controversies you may want to add to this. It's like the view from the top. It resembles like a Star of David structure, and it's what the structure that I was envisioning for the front end is the same as the top. And probably if we angle it in a three-dimensional way, this would also match in every angle. So it's a fractal. I don't know if that will absolutely 100% work that way, but that's the idea. So this is a fractal sine wave-ish kind of interaction with the rest of the space, sound space or resonance theory that I'm trying to manage here. So the cool thing about this is that it does make the sounds, right? The propagation of the sine waves, my idea is to have the tone propagating like a sonar, but it didn't work out that way. It's just the sound at the moment. I could probably improve it better, make it later. So we got a pyramid with three sides here if I wanted to. And you see how well that matches? Like that white structure is the actual structure of the entire shape, whilst the red is the actual structure of the pyramid proposed as structure for subdivision of semitones. Well, sorry, it would be tones and scales, not semitones. I'm not respecting the Western 12 semitones. I'm actually, well, if I am, it's in between, but I'm actually focusing on the harmonics. So the sine waves they represent sine waves, like subdivided in the middle there. That would be the fifth, and a third would be about E in this case. It's not activated yet to do other tones, which is kind of irrelevant because this should really be doing other tones, but the what I'm trying to achieve here is to create somewhat a relationship notice the extra circles that continue to go upwards in the spatial proposition. So if you see that, it seems that they continue to go up in a little spiral that way, and that would be G or C, say, or E. If I go E here, it's something that the program knows how high that is. It should be the next star and so on. But you can see a little spiral forming naturally. I didn't do that at all. So there is somewhat a formation here, and I only fed it with information, and it's doing that naturally. And it doesn't matter the number of triangles, still does that. See that spiral that forms there? That isn't something that I created, right? So it's something that just happened. Okay, so that being said, this is a harmonic sphere visualization and currently interactive, and it's just in my computer. I mean, I would love to provide it to people to play with. Not sure it has values for some people just to study the resonance idea here, and obviously there's a lot to it, like toroidal theory, and if someone is into physics, could help me to work out other proportions. The circle in the middle, that one here, is just representing the distance from G. Let's say that forms. Show you. It's just the third. It just reaches to the third and the seventh. So when it's expanded, at the moment it's just rotating by itself, but it will. It's coming there. So now you can see that it's matching the third and the seventh, and that should be where the base for the top and bottom pyramids land. So those are half semitones, as you know. That's a minor there, a minor there, and I do not have an explanation for that. If you have any further insight, please comment. I'm just gonna post this as it is.